Hello guys, welcome back. I don't know what the hell just happened to me, but I hope it doesn't happen again. I went in and I laid down to take a nap, and I'm like kind of laying down. I'm playing one of these. I don't think they work, but I like how they sound because they usually have coin sounds in them. One of those money manifestation things. And I'm laying down and I realize I've fallen asleep. I fell asleep for a couple hours actually. Wow, it's like 7 o'clock now. It doesn't feel like it because it's still light out. And I fell asleep for a couple hours and I wake up and I had this feeling of being, you know, like watched. And then I look up and remember I take my glasses off to take a nap so I can't really see. And yet for a minute it seemed like my vision had perfectly fixed itself. I know how weird this sounds. And I saw in my mind's eye, first I saw this kind of like angelic figure with like blinding golden light. And I'm screaming because I think it's Saint Michael and he's there to kill me. And then it's right superimposed on top of him is this dark, dark angel, almost like this statuette. The statuette I have that actually belonged to Michael and I gave it to Satan. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's like an angel like that. And it was this really frightening, terrifying energy. And if you look at Old Testament angels, they were actually terrifying. They had to always tell people to calm down. I'm not here to kill you because angels, in the biblical sense, are terrifying beings that you will lose your shit if they show up. They're not these comforting, warm, twee, cuddly little huggle bunnies. They're terrifying. And I swore Saint Michael had shown up as the angel of death and the angel of plagues and was going to kill me. And I'm like, what did I even do? Well, I had had a weird reaction to him this morning too. I thought now that, we're settling everything, as a family, with all the gods and demons here, I thought I probably shouldn't work with him anymore. And I just can't work with him. And it felt like Lucifer had been trotting around after me today, going, "Oh, it was never Saint Michael, it was me. Don't worry about it. There's no Saint Michael, blah, blah, blah." Not like there's no Saint Michael, but, he's trying to be really nice and kind because he's very human friendly, okay? And I was terrified out of my mind, and I wasn't screaming out loud. I was screaming mentally, but mentally I was flailing my limbs. I like couldn't even. It wasn't sleep paralysis, but I couldn't even move. I was like awake and freaking out. And I thought, well, maybe I got too hot when I laid down, because you know how sometimes if you get too warm when you lay down, you have like weird experiences. And I wrote it off, but I went outside and it was like beautiful, and I realized it looked so beautiful just because there was this really strong where the sun was. It was like around 5 o'clock. The sun was really bright. I was not looking into the sun. I'm not that damn stupid. And there were beautiful clouds, and they were just beautiful clouds because I'm glad to be alive at this point. They were clouds. And there are these very strong shadows from the trees. And, my logical brain's like, somehow you knew, and this is what you misinterpreted it into. Or, you're just projecting and you're frustrated because our leadership won't give us any clear guidelines, and this is how it manifested. But Asmodeus kept saying, "What was it? What was it?" And I told him, and I said, initially I thought it was Saint Michael, and I said, I think he came to kill me or something. It was like he was extremely pissed off. But I told him what happened. I said it felt like an angel of the golden light was there, and then there was this angel of absolute blackness, like a black void in front of him. And they were both staring at me. It wasn't like they were fighting with each other. It was like they both were there like, "You done fucked up." And I was like, what did I even do? So Asmodeus is snarling, and Asmodeus is ready to go to war, and Asmodeus is ready to go after Michael or somebody. And eventually they all got me peeled off the ceiling. And I don't know if it was Lucifer and Satan, and they forgot to do, as I call it, putting their skins on. It's kind of like, how we can deal with Loki and not have our minds melt and turn inwards because he's pretty damn good at hiding his glory, and we don't see the full Loki because if we did, our fucking minds would go. Psh. I think they just forgot. and it scared the fucking shit out of me. So I was yelling at them because I think I came to the conclusion it was actually Lucifer and Satan. I was like, bad angel, bad angel of darkness, bad. And he's like, what do we do? Do you know what you look like? Bad angels. You can see them as gods, demons, fallen angels. I'm like, bad, you scared me, bad. You go think about what you did. You scared me. So they were both looking at me like, why are you talking to us like that? What did we even do? You showed up and I thought you were Michael here to kill me. What did we do? We didn't do anything. They can be very scary and they can be very terrifying. And I've noticed that Odin's warned me about. He says, sometimes when you wake up, it's like your perception's wide open and you see stuff humans aren't supposed to see. That was shit I wasn't supposed to see. I was not supposed to see that. I know that. It was like, this is shit you're not supposed to be seeing. And I'm there like, so if you've ever wondered if I would handle seeing even the tiniest bit of glory of a divine being any better than you, nope. It was like, you yell me. It's just mind-blowing panic that comes over you. It's not a feeling of comfort and love. It's mind-blowing panic, like they are there to destroy you. It's something you're not meant to see, at least not when you're still in the flesh. If you were a spirit, you'd probably be fine, but when you're still in the flesh is like, what the fuck is going on? What is that? Oh my god, help me. So that was fun. So there was my April Fool's joke from us too. I've been yelling at them. I think it was just, you know, I don't mean to confuse you guys. I try to stay consistent, believe it or not. But I told them, I said, I can't ever truly unpack Michael and the other archangels from Yahweh. A lot of us think they're independent contractors, or maybe they were gods on their own right. I don't know, but I said, I just can't unpack them, and I can't unpack them from the biblical stories. It doesn't help when Asmodeus goes, I'm really into nuns. Ah. So, you think it's funny. And, it doesn't help when they will play very heavily into that biblical satanic thing. So, I said, I can't have both in the same house. I'm not going to feel comfortable because I'll be worried about the teeny tiny little demons that can't protect themselves. And they were like, you think we're tiny? So, the only good one in this family is Furfur. Furfur just came over and was like, what's the matter? What's going on? Aren't I pretty? Because Furfur appears in that demon form. I know they don't have to look like that, but they have this beautiful heart demon form. So imagine cutest deer ever with like hands and kind of like a deer's body, but like hands, arms, like a deer furry. Imagine a deer furry, an adorable deer furry with these liquid brown eyes that just they melt your soul, and it's like you're so damn cute, forest puppy. So Furfur and Asmodeus are the only ones on my good list. I don't know where the hell Mammon was in all this, but it felt like everybody else had scattered when those two came down. Like it came down much heavier than usual. So it was almost like, wake the fuck up, you got stuff to do. So I came on and I watched some manatee stuff. So manatees today, and manatees are one of Loki's favorite animals with me, so Loki stuff continues. And then I turn on the White House briefing, which, if you ever want to be frightened and dismayed about the leadership of this country, go ahead, turn that on. I'm not trying to harsh on them, but at the first where I tuned in, they're telling you this is really bad. We're preparing for the absolute worst. This is terrible. So many people are going to die. Oh, it's terrible. And then as they went on, they started talking about like, it's not so bad. It's not so terrible. Da, da. I'm like, which is it? Are we all going to die or are we going to Disney World? Because these are two different totally scenarios and you're saying they're both true. Either a huge portion of the United States is going to die off, which, is possible anytime you have a pandemic, or no, which is it? And the thing is, they don't know. And you can tell they don't know because first they're telling us we're all going to die. Not we're all going to die. It wasn't that bad, but a huge amount of people are going to die, like at least 100,000, 200,000, if we do everything exactly right. Good luck with that in this country. And, then then they're telling you how horrible it is, and then they're talking like we already have a cure, and it's just, I don't know. They all went out for ice cream. We don't have a cure. Cure's like a year away. They had Dr. Fauci come up, and he's like, no, cure's a year away. And it's not a reason for us to freak out and not have hope, but I think it would help us if they just gave us straight talk and told us, yes, this is very serious. Don't then go on to talk about it like it's no big deal, and we shouldn't have universal guidelines, because they asked them straight up. They said, well, what about these mega churches that they're allowing to meet, sir? Shouldn't we be, because they're not even letting them do it in the White House briefing, the press conference room. He refused to comment on that. I've noticed this president is very good at sidestepping issues and bringing up something else entirely and never answering a question. He's really good at that. It frustrates the shit out of the press corps, as it should. And it was like, he's not going to do anything. He's one of those people that practices magical thinking, where if you're praying to the proper God and they only see one God, and I'm not trying to start a fight, that they think these churches are safe. These churches are death traps. I'm sorry, but we have science on this planet for a reason. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's why we have science. I really wish there was a magical sky daddy, as Odin puts it, who, if we all went to church in massive numbers, would protect us all, because that would be the cure. But that's replacing science with religion. That's why we don't do it. So, it's going to be okay, guys. It is going to be okay. You just have to be smart, follow the guidelines, stay informed, don't take any unnecessary risks, okay? And, it's all going to be okay. It is going to be okay. I don't know when. I don't know when. And I've realized these projections change so much. We just got to go day by day, guys. I'm going to say at least weeks, if not months, before stuff returns to normal. But that's common sense, because today's topic du jour was that all these countries have been lying and very much underestimating, the tolls. And then the other thing going around was conspiracy theory time, that nobody has died of coronavirus at all. So we're living in crazy times. And I even discounted that apparition or whatever the hell it was to that. I was like, it could just be that, because we have so many extremes going around right now. You have people saying coronavirus is a hoax, that there is no such thing, that not a single person has died. And you have people on the other side saying, oh, the actual count should be so much higher. We just don't know. That's the problem. We'll never know. We might never know until like 10, 20 years from now. So, just be safe, practice guidelines. Assume that it's real and this isn't just a really bad joke and really poor taste. Assume that the scientists and the doctors aren't doing this for funsies. Assume stuff you see on the news is real. It's not all a big conspiracy theory. So just stay safe, guys. But that was really, really weird. No, it was not a message of terrible times are coming or anything. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was like, I don't know. Maybe it was guilt feelings of, former Catholic and deciding I couldn't talk to St. Michael. Could have just been that too. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.